Hey guys, it's Maxie here and welcome to the 5th episode of the Young Team, our Motherwell FC save on Football Manager 2019. At the time of recording, this could be the disruption of the Young Team, as it appears it looks like Jake Hastie's about to sign for potential Rangers on a pre-contract. It is unfortunately one of the things when you are bringing a lot of youngsters through. Well, you want to commit to long-term deals because you don't know how successful they're going to be. Some you don't have them in too long of a contract and they can get poached up. But it happens everywhere, unfortunately. It's one of the shames of football. And by the time this goes live, I'd imagine we'll likely know where his destination will be. But it'll be interesting to see how he develops, alongside, of course, Turnbull and Campbell, David Turnbull, Chris Cadden, and the other youngsters we've got coming through at Motherwell Football Club. So join us, the first game after the international break. Actually, it was not too bad in the fixtures that we had between that in the last video. So when you last joined us, we had, of course, that 1-0 draw at home to Hamilton, so not great. It did leave us with two draws from two games. The tricky tie away to Hibernian in the Betfred second round was quite interesting, and somehow goals from Jake Hastie, Curtis Main and Chris Cadden, cancelled out by a Rafael Palladino goal, gave us a 3-1 victory. So a very shocking victory. I was expecting to go out, admittedly, quite convincingly, but a good win, which will see us take on Aberdeen in the Betfred quarter-finals. The last time we faced them in this stage at Fir Park, Motherwell won 3-0, I believe. I think it was 3-0. It was 2 or 3-0, but I'm pretty sure that's the one Molt got to, and Pistol Pete got the opener from a header. So we've got that to look forward to in the future. After the Hibs game, we had Rangers travel to faces. We're very unlucky. We had a lot of good chances. Curtis Main had a good volley saved by Al McGregor. But unfortunately, in a very similar goal to his goal against Hearts, Alfredo Morelos just gets in front of Tom Aldred, and it's a good finish in the back of the net. Unlike the Hearts game, though, he wasn't offside here. Just a great finish. And it'll be interesting to see, obviously Tierney's left. We'll cover that as well in this episode. But when Morelos in game leaves to go to another club, which he normally does go for big money, how the AI with Rangers invests that money and how Celtic will invest their Kieran Tierney money, it'll be interesting to see. Because a lot of the time, they just spend it in big wages rather than recruiting quite sensibly. So you could spend, say, a couple of sets of 2-3 million and bring in players on the same wages, but sometimes they just end up going for an overpaid 60-70 grand a week player, which is just not necessary in Scottish football. Final game is one I tweeted about a long time ago, but another 4-0 victory, another goal for Jake Hastie, David Turnbull, Curtis Main and late sub Danny Johnson also getting on the score sheet, which puts us in a kind 6th place going into this game against Hearts. So we've really just been keeping the same system, because evidently so far it has been working. So before we kick on to this game against Hearts, I'm just going to go through basically the full leagues in and outs. We are looking to let Adam Livingston go on loan to Brechin. Our other loan deals, or deals really that have come in: James Scott's went to Brechin on loan, Sean Bowers have loaned out to Stenhousemuir. Only in for us is Charles Abbey from St Etienne, no other further business. The rest of the signings obviously were deals made in real life. But if we go through the kind of leagues, we'll see just Rangers letting a couple of people out in loan. The likes of Dresda, Polster are already there, so no changes for Rangers in the opening window. I believe Joe Nuttall is a loan signing. I'm going to hope he is. I don't recognise the name of St Johnstone. It's because, as of time of recording, we haven't played them since the January window, so I'm not too sure. But if I'm right in saying him, Tom McIntyre, I'm pretty sure Ridgers is still at Inverness, so they should all be new signings. Ali McCann and John Robertson out on loan. For St Mirren, nothing changes there. Cody Cook was signed in the summer. Greg Tansey was a January acquisition. Aberdeen, they've managed to bring in Jake Katongo on a free transfer, and they've also signed Craig Halkett for 140 grand from Livingston. Celtic, no ins, but disappointingly for them, they've lost Kieran Tierney to Man City, 21 million to 27. So it'll be interesting down the line to see how they invest that money. Mickey Johnson's went on loan to Hearts, and Kouassi Abui's away to Ural, with Kerr McInroy away to Elgin City. I believe Matt Reed from Lincoln. Ali Regba is in. Jack Waddle's in Nugent. He's in as well for Dundee. And Nathan Moore from Ebbsfleet Town. A couple of loanies out there as well. Jack Lambert and Callum Moore. Hamilton have been quite busy. Let's see. I don't think I know who Tony Najik is. Mamadou Kasamoko, Christopher Benkada, Frederick Boulot. He actually does sound familiar from a previous FM, and I can't picture where I know him from. But it does seem like somebody I've had in FM before, and I cannot think where. But Safwan Mbaye and Alexandre Cuvelier. So new manager Pat Rice has been, Brian Rice, Pat Rice is the Arsenal guy, has been very active there, bringing in players for Hamilton. Hearts have bring in Greg Halford, who's actually with Aberdeen, IRL, and also loan deals for Mikey Johnson, as previously stated, and Tom Holmes, a couple of their younger players out to the lower leagues. Hibernian bringing in Rafael Palladino, a massive move bringing in Lauren Shanklin for just 110k. Interesting to see how he does, and Dimitri Gavari to play right back, pretty solid. 525 grand from Barnsley, with Marvin Bartley going to Oxford and Fraser Murray out in loan. Two signings for, it might even be three signings there for Kilmarnock and Steve Clark. David Edgar, Frederick Marcel and Christian Labato in on free transfers. You get a lot of that in Scotland, free transfers and loans. Hopefully not the way we'll be going in terms of bringing in too many loans, because we do want to promote from within. We probably will hit the Bosman market. I have already been identifying players whose contracts will expire in the summer. And just Charlie Ball in for Livingston, with Craig Halkett, of course, going to Aberdeen. So we've kept it largely the same. Few injuries from the last team, which is quite disappointing. I basically keep me quite similar to real life. I've been playing McHugh as a DM really instead of Alex Rodriguez, unlike real life, and I've been using Chris Cadden as a box-to-box beside Turnbull, because Alan Campbell was suffering a bit of an injury. But apart from that, the team is pretty much how it plays in real life. We may even see some youngsters here, because we don't really have many options. In fact, he's struggling with fitness, but Alan Campbell's going to have to try and play in there, and we probably won't have a playmaker. And Salmon is out. He's obviously ineligible to play against his parent club, and Ross McCormack's injured. Liam Donnelly's got a knock, so I've got to risk him. So Mbule will come in, put Adam Livingston on the bench, and although we've got a couple of strikers there, there is probably room for a reserve player to come in. Somebody can play in the middle of the park, and I think just to be safe, we'll give that to 19-year-old Liam Brown just to play in the centre of the park, because I don't think Alan Campbell's going to play the full amount. Could have also looked at him, I brought in Kyle McDonald, but I'd rather just someone who is a wee bit further on in terms of their ability. Obviously, Kyle's got a bit more potential, but you still need to be sensible and think of the now. So we need to obviously change up a little bit in the tactics screen, because Alan Campbell is never a playmaker. So we're going to have to go with 2 ball winners and a box-to-box, and really just hope for all creativity to come through the likes of Jake Hastie, Gaboli Aribe, and Curtis Means. So it might be quite defensive here, but we'll give it a go. See how we are if our back's against the wall. We'll keep it cautious just now. But this is Motherwell versus Hearts, a chance to potentially go into the top 4 in the European spots, but I do think with the various things that are up against us here, it may be a poor day at the office. But we'll try and make the live comms as many difficult matches as we can. Don't want to be winning every game, that's just boring. So if we can get some of the harder games where we're up against it, we'll see what we can do. Hearts are going to line up with a 4-4-2. I imagine Jim will probably sit in as maybe like a wide playmaker, but someone that will cut in. Mikey Johnson will bomb forward, and then that very dangerous strike force, Stephen A. Smith and Uche Ikepeza. So really interested to see how they do. As a partnership, we'll stick to Cam. We'll just tell the guys to finish off that last match. These were fantastic in that, and if we can get quality to a similar level, then I'll certainly be delighted. Try and zoom in a bit. I think it was one of the goals in the 4-0 game that just looked a bit suspect, so I just wanted to zoom in and give myself a better idea of what had actually happened. Let's see, that's why I didn't like it, because I couldn't see the corner flag. And we're all over the place at the back there with Dunn and with Tom Aldred, so a bit of chaos there. I'm just going to just move this to sideline. There we go. That should mean we just see everything there rather than what's happening here. But pretty even game so far. They've had a couple of chances, nothing really clear cut so far. We've had a good bit of the ball, which is good. You always want that in your home games. But of course, it's turning that possession into chances. Of course, chances into potential goals. So hopefully we can keep this up. We might be having the shots that are off from long range. I do like that. You always have to just think of Marcus Rashford against PSG. You take that shot for distance, and the keeper could make a mistake, and then it's up to you, to capitalise on that mistake if it happens. Are we going to have any highlights in this first half? Are we going to have a really drab game? It's encouraging, a lot of the ball, but maybe because we don't have that playmaker, we are struggling to break them down, but pretty good. And Rangers under Steven Gerrard struggling again. 1-0 down to Dundee, and of course their only win this season was a 1-0 victory against us. I'm going to say to the guys, just going to keep it calm and just say we're doing not too badly. I don't want to make subs too early. I always feel like sometimes you just need to leave it as late as possible, just to really give that kind of, when the other team's exhausted, you want to capitalise on that. You just want to get the freshness at the right time. If you play your cards too early, it can get countered, and then you don't really have a late plan B. So one change there, it seems like Zoom's went in the middle. Sean Clare has come out to play on the right hand side. Again, another match with no clear-cut chances, nearly 60 minutes in. Don't get me wrong, a Motherwell game against Hearts, a point is a decent result, but you do want to try and push for that win. Rangers go 1-1, Scott Arfield with the goal. Let's see, let's keep it to 75 minutes, and then we're going to work on our middle of the park, because obviously Cadden and Campbell a bit of fatigue, so it's going to be Alan Campbell, not fully fit, replaced by Liam Brown, giving another youngster an opportunity. I'm going to look to take off Jake Hastie, and Danny Johnson's going to come on there. In fact, no, he's not. I was going to go a bit more braver. Hastie will come off basically, but we'll look at Elliot Freer, and we're just going to go with natural width and actually attack. So then we'll get bodies as close to Curtis May as possible. I don't want to go too much for it until maybe the last 5-6 minutes, where we can maybe try and push for a winning goal. But we've got a chance. Ikepezu to Ben Giriko, out to Sean Clare, who's closing him down, no one. And thankfully the Aussie's header is right into the hands of Trevor Carson. Let's see, can we get somewhere? McHugh, Aribe, back to Liam Brown. It's his second appearance. He made his debut at the end of last year as a sub against Partick Thistle. Main, Freer, Curtis Main, and that drive doesn't really trouble the goalkeeper. Just need to try and get a foothold on the ball. That's the problem when you do play one man up front. You don't really have that kind of out ball. See, because Main could lose it. Oh, he's done well there. Elliot Freer. There we go. Chrissy Cadden, ball in the back of the net. He makes the run as a box-to-box midfielder. That's what you want. Somebody like that coming in there and giving us a 1-0 lead. So sitting defensive. I'm just going to give the boys a bit of a team instruction as well, just to concentrate. And this is showing how serious I'm taking this save. So a lot of games I would just go, nah, it's not for me, I'm done. Gabolo Aribi's coming off and he's going to be replaced by Adam Livingston. And with that, we'll look at putting Grimshaw as just a wide midfielder. And bring Elliot Freer back as well as just a winger support. So hopefully just see out the last 4 minutes. A win here would be great to have 8 points after the pretty tricky start we had. And again, it gets youngsters on and getting them football as well. As Hamilton go 2-0 up on Livy, James Keatons. Hopefully this is just the usual. Let's give you a highlight before the game finishes. See Dimitri Mitchell, Giriko. Interesting they're playing Giriko further forward than Demi Mitchell. Jim, and thankfully that goes wide. That should be it. Come on, referee. Not too much extra time here. Get this game over and done with. Perfect. A lot more of the ball than Hearts. As many chances as each other. They were a lot more physical than big bad physical Motherwell. But it is the young team that prevails. Good to see appearances there for Adam Livingston, Liam Brown, Chris Cadden as well, all getting the action, alongside of course Campbell, Hastie and Aribe. So yeah, I think we're on a good direction. A lot more youngsters getting probably game time than they would in most FM saves with me as well. And that's a good way, to come out of the break. Hopefully, we can get some of the injuries over and give these youngsters as many games as possible. But so far, so good in the Premier League, up to 4th in the Ladbrokes Premiership. Tricky one against Aberdeen next, but hopefully we can keep going on. As I say, the aim is still just to survive and then build from there. But with Motherwell, never say never. We'll look at our fixtures. I'd probably say we'll be targeting that home match against St Johnstone on the 20th as the next video. But as always, cheers for watching, it's much appreciated. Let me know what you thought of the video, if you enjoyed it, how you're finding FM19 yourselves, how have you found the update, who's been your go-to guy, if you get any people, let me know, because of course, off stream or off YouTube anyway, I'm doing my challenge one in every league, so any recommendations for some of the more obscure leagues, please let me know. And yeah, what's your thoughts on Jake Hastie? Let me know how you think he's going to do in football. Of course, as I say, he could be a Rangers player by the time this goes live, or he could be at Motherwell, or he could, of course, have signed a pre-contract elsewhere. But just watching, much appreciated. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Take it easy. Bye-bye.